This is a demo.
Hey there, welcome to
Canto
Square in the
Audio
Circle,
Mix.
where I share my notes on some wonderful books I've read. Today, we are looking at HBR Guide to Persuasive Presentations, which talks about inspire actions, engage the audience, sell your ideas by Nancy Duarte. We're going to look at it with 7 different sections. First, we look at the audience, which is knowing your audience and building empathy. Secondly, we look at the message, which talks about developing persuasive content. And thirdly, which is number 3, we look at the story, which talks about using storytelling principles and structure to engage your audience. Number 4, we look at the media, which is identifying the best modes of communicating your message. Number 5, we look at the slides.
This is a demo.
Which is
Canto Audio
conceptualizing
Mix.
and simplifying the display of information. Number 6, which we talked about, the delivery. Delivering your presentation authentically. And number 7, which talks about impact. Then we look at measuring and increasing your presentation impact on your audience. From the introduction of the book. If I'm to speak for 10 minutes, I need a week for preparation. If 15 minutes, 3 days. If half an hour, 2 days. If an hour, I'm ready now. That's what Woodrow T. Wilson said. Now in the section 1, which we talk about the audience. Designing a presentation without an audience in mind.
This is a demo.
It's like writing
Canto
a love
Audio
letter
Mix.
and addressing it to whom it may concern. That was what Ken Himmer said. He's a presentation research manager at AT&T. Understanding the audience power is key. When you walk into a room as a presenter, it is easy to feel as if you are in a position of power. You are up front. Perhaps you're even on elevated stage and people came to hear you speak. In reality, though you are not the star of the show, the audience is. And why would you say the audience is? The people you are addressing will determine whether your idea spreads or dies, simply by embracing or rejecting it. The people in your audience came to see
Canto
what you can
Audio
do
Mix.
for them, not what they must do for you. So you have to segment the audience. If you see your audience as a homogeneous, faceless clump of people, you will have a hard time making a connection and moving them to action. Instead, think of them as a line of individuals waiting to have a conversation with you. When approaching senior executives, you present clearly and concisely to senior executives. Senior executives are a tough segment to reach. They usually have very little time in their schedules to give you. Though that's true of many audiences, what set this crowd apart is that they need to make huge decisions based on accurate information delivered quickly. When presenting to an audience of senior executives, do everything you can to make their decision making easier and more efficient.
Canto Audio Mix.
Get to the point. Give them what they ask for. Set expectations. Create executive summary slides. Then you have to rehearse. Get to know your audience. What are they like? Why are they here? What keeps them up at night? How can you solve their problems? What do you want them to do? How might they resist? How can you best reach them? Define how you will change the audience, which is like finding the common ground. You can use your shared experience, common goals, qualification to find common grounds. In section 2 of this book, which talks about the message, you look at, are ideas born interesting or made interesting? That's what cheap and unheated.
This is a demo.
The authors of
Canto
Switch, How
Audio
to
Mix.
Change Things When Change is Hard. So you have to start by defining your big idea. Your big idea is that one key message you must communicate. It's what compels the audience to change course. Screenwriters call this the controlling idea. It has two components. Example, when asked, what's your presentation about? Most people answer with a phrase like software updates. That's not a big idea, it's a topic. No point of view, no stakes. Change it to your department needs to update its workflow management software. So you generate content to support the big idea. And you start by doing what? You brainstorm alone,
This is a
brainstorm in
demo.
group,
Canto Audio
brainstorm
Mix.
alone again. Take the seeds of ideas that come from the rapid fire group session and do another round of quiet brainstorming on your own. This will give these latent ideas a chance to develop. Then you have to anticipate resistance. You amplify your message through contrast, build an effective call to action. Presentation moves people to act, but only if you explicitly state what actions you want them to take and when. Are you asking them to be doers, suppliers, influencers, or innovators? Choose your best ideas. It's much harder to trim everything down so only the most effective messages remain. But the quality of your presentation depends as much on what you choose to remove
This is a
as
demo.
on what you choose to
Canto
include.
Audio Mix.
So you have to organize your thoughts. Ask yourself, if people read just these titles, will they get what I'm saying? So convey a clear message with each title. Arrange them in an order that will make sense to your audience and infuse them with personality where you can. Then you have to also balance analytical and emotional appeal. Now that you have outlined your message, consider how you will appeal to people's mind and hearts. No presentation should be devoid of emotional content, no matter how cerebral the topic of the audience. Then you have to look at also lose the jargon, modify your language so it resonates with the people whose support and influence you need. If they can't follow your ideas, they won't adopt them.
This
So
is
you
a
have to do
demo.
what? Craft
Canto Audio
sound
Mix.
bites. Your words are now clear, but are they memorable? Will people share them with others? Then in section 3 of this book, like I said, it talks about the story. Stories are the currency of human contact. That's Robert McKee, the author of Story, Substance, Structure, Style, and the Principle of Screenwriting. You have to apply storytelling principles. Stories have the power to win customers, align colleagues, and motivate employees. They are the most compelling platform we have for managing imaginations. Those who master this art form can gain great influence and enduring legacy. So you create a solid structure.
This is
All
a
good
demo.
presentations,
Canto
like
Audio
all good
Mix.
stories, convey and resolve some kind of conflict or imbalance. The sense of discord is what makes audience care enough to get on board. So you have to craft the beginning. Once you establish the gap between what is and what could be, use the remainder of the presentation to bridge it. The next thing, you develop the middle. The middle is, in many ways, the most compelling part of your presentation because that's where most of the action takes place. Then make the ending powerful. Your ending should leave people with a heightened sense of what could be and willingness to believe or do something new. And you have to add emotional texture. Now step back and review all your contents so far Do you have the right mix of analysis and emotion?
This is a
If you need
demo.
more emotional impact,
Canto
you
audio
can add
mix.
it with storytelling. Use metaphors as your glue. For each point you make in your presentation, try to come up with a metaphor to connect people's mind to the concept. Create something they will always remember, like shocking statistics, evocative visuals, memorable dramatizations, emotive anecdotes. In section 4 of this book, it talks about the media. People who know what they are talking about don't need PowerPoint. That's what Steve Jobs said. Choose the right vehicle for your message. Now that you have carefully considered your audience needs and tailored your message
This is a demo.
and content
Canto audio
accordingly,
mix.
it is time to determine how the people you are addressing prefer to process information so you can select the best vehicle for reaching them. Make the most of your slide software. The trick is to show audience members only what they want to see, when they want to see it. So you create documents. If your content can be distributed and clearly understood without a presenter, you have created a document. Then you compose teleprompter notes. Visualize ideas. The only things you should actually project are images, graphics, and phrases that move your ideas along and cement them in the audience memory long after your presentation is over. Determine the right length of your presentation.
This is a demo.
If you ask around,
Canto
what
audio
do
mix.
great presentations have in common? You will get one consistent answer. They are short. It's no secret that people value their time. Plan content for 60% of time slots. Trim your slide deck. Practice the clock counting up. Practice with the timer counting down. Have 2 natural ending points. Persuade beyond the stage. Your presentation doesn't start the moment you enter the room. It starts the moment you have committed to speak, and it continues after the actual talk as you follow up with the audience. If you take advantage of opportunities to reinforce your message at all 3 stages, you are much more likely to change people's thinking and behavior before, during, after. And also you share
This
the
is
stage.
a demo.
Bring in
Canto
other
audio
presenters, mixing up your media. In section 5 of this book, we talked about the slides. It was Walt Disney who said that at our studio, we don't write stories, we draw them. So think like a designer. Create slides people can get in 3 seconds. Audience can process only one stream of information at a time. They will either listen to you speak or read your slides. They won't do both simultaneously, not without the missing key parts of your message anyway. So make sure they can quickly comprehend your visuals and then turn their attention back to what you are saying. Start with a clean surface. Limit your text. Coordinate visual elements.
This is a
Arrange
demo.
elements with
Canto
care.
audio mix.
Then choose the right type of slide. If you're feeling overwhelmed by endless possibilities as you are creating slides, rest assured, all slides can be boiled down to the following types. Here is how they work and when you will use them. You have walking slide, title slide, navigation slide, bullet slide, big word slide, code slide, data slide, diagram slide, conceptual image slide, video slide, workout slide. Storyboard, one idea per slide. Keep it simple. Limit yourself to one idea per slide. Avoid visual cliches. Arrange slide elements with care, flow,
This is a demo.
contracts, white
Canto
space,
audio mix.
hierarchy, unity, clarify the idea. Highlight what is important. Start by asking, what would I like people to remember about the data? Then you tell the truth. Pick the right chart for the job. Find the narrative in the data. Use concrete comparison to express magnitude. Turn words into diagrams. Use the right number of slides. How many slides should you have? That depends on your audience, the technology you are using, the setting you are in, your own sense of pacing, and how comfortable you are with a clicker. Some presenters could spend an hour on 3 slides. Others could go through 200 or more.
This is a demo.
And you will never know
Canto
it.
audio mix.
So you can look at no slides, modest slide count, high slide count, social media slide count. Know when to animate. When things move, eyes are drawn to them. So animation is a powerful communication tool, but only when applied judiciously in a way that enhances your messages. Show how things work. Create contrasts. Looks natural, does not annoy. In section 6, which talks about the delivery, the motto at Duarte Incorporated said, the golden rule is never deliver a presentation you wouldn't want to sit through. That's the golden rule.
This is a demo.
Never
Canto audio mix.
deliver a presentation you wouldn't want to sit through. So rehearse your material well. There is no such things as over-rehearsing your delivery. Note that you should memorize, not that you should memorize your talk. If you do, you will come across as a stiff and struggle to connect with the audience. But know your material inside out. That way you can adapt more easily if the environment, audience, or technology suddenly changes on you. Something often does. Also, audience can tell if you try to wing it, and they feel slighted. It sends the message that you don't have value for them or their time. Perhaps most
This is a
important,
demo.
rehearsing
Canto
frees you
audio
up
mix.
to be more present in your talk and fully engage with the people in front of you. When you rehearse, leave plenty of time to get honest feedbacks from a skilled presenter. Prepare a short version, fiddle with your ideas, rehearse a few times in slideshow mode, practice on camera. Then you should also know the venue and schedule, the floor and the sitting plan, the food, the show flow, recording, anticipate technology glitches, get to know the AV person, test all the equipment, bring backups, pre-record your demos, test your slide deck, trial the comfort monitors, play all media.
This is a demo.
Confirm type of
Canto
projection.
audio mix.
Find out if people will attend remotely. Then you manage your stage fright. Before you present, does your heart speed up? Do you sweat? Does your mouth go dry and your breathing become erratic? That's your fight or flight instinct kicking in. Quiet your mind. Breathe. Laugh. Visualize. Remember your audience flaws. Set the right tone for your talk. Your audience will size you up before you utter a word. So it's critical to make a positive message. An appropriate first impression. What's the first thing you want people to think or experience? What mood do you want to create? Set the right tone for your talk by attending
This
to the
is a
following
demo.
details:
Canto audio mix.
communication, atmosphere, appearance, disposition. So be yourself. Transparency wins people over. Though you will want to come across as smart, you want to become across as smart and articulate, it's even more important to be open and sincere so people will trust you and your ideas. Communicate with your body. People will read your body language to decide if they can trust you and your expertise. Constricted and contrived gestures will make you seem insecure. Larger movements conveys confidence and openness. Project emotion with your face. Peel yourself away from your slides. Open up your posture. Exaggerate your movements. Match gestures with
This is a
content.
demo. Canto
Communicate
audio
with
mix.
your voice. Your voice is multi-talented. It can sound assertive, cautious, critical, humorous, motivational, sympathetic, neutral. And it does all this through pitch, tone, volume, pacing, and enunciation. Make your stories come to life. The beauty of an honest story, whether comedic or dramatic, is that it touches people. Re-experience your stories. Use sensory details to set the scene. Work effectively with your interpreter. As companies do business further and further
This is a
from
demo.
home, presenters
Canto audio mix.
increasingly need translation, and working with an interpreter always complicates things. You can make it easier. Though with preparation, start by picking the right type of interpreter for your situation. There are 3 types available. We have simultaneous, consecutive, and whispering. Once you have sorted out which kind you need, here is how to choose the right person and work effectively with her or him. If you can, allow up to a month to do the following: test your chemistry, call in reinforcements, prepare half as much material, send your notes, walk through idioms and metaphors, practice pacing, complete each thought. Then you have to get the most out of your question
This
and
is a
answer.
demo. Canto audio
The
mix.
question and answer is powerful, interactive way. It's a powerful and interactive way to address your audience concern and drive your point home. Always allow time for question and answer. In a business presentation, trim your talk if necessary. When people leave the room with burning and unanswered questions, they won't adopt your ideas. Get the most out of a question and answer by doing what? Planning when you will take questions, anticipate questions, listening empathically for subtext, admitting when you don't know something, keeping a tight rein on large or tough crowds, leaving a strong final impression.
This is a demo.
Build trust with a
Canto
remote
audio
audience
mix.
also, with video streaming, without video streaming. Keep remote listeners interested. Break the content down into smaller bites. Make your presentation interactive. Enjoy your own materials. Vary the voices. Pause strategically. Picture your listeners. Keep your remote presentation running smoothly. Since remote audiences are so susceptible to distraction, even minor annoyances can derail your presentation. Keep things running smoothly with the following checklist. Provide clear instructions. Plan for technological snaffles. Test your slides. Start on time. Reduce personal noise. Reduce environmental noise. reduce visual noise, reduce communal noise, use
This is a demo.
facilitator.
Canto audio mix.
And in section 7 of this, we talked about the impact. We are competing for relevance. That's what Persuasive said. Was a principal analyst at Altimeter Group. Build relationships through social media. Social media channels give your audience a lot of control over your PR. People can broadcast bits of your content to their followers, quoting you, synthesizing your ideas, adding their own comments, observing their behavior, providing a channel, asking for their input. Spread your ideas with social media streaming. Streaming your presentations. Time releasing messages and slides.
This is a demo.
Selecting a moderator.
Canto audio mix.
Repeating audience sentiment. Posting photos of your talk. Encouraging blogging. Don't be too overt. Be novel. Gauge whether you have connected with people. Watch the back channel. Watch the live audience. Survey your audience. Analyze sentiment. Analyze your reach. Follow up after your talk. Sending personal notes. It is rare to get a nice handwritten note these days, and people appreciate it when you do. Send a note whenever you feel grateful to a colleague who helped you set up your presentation, for example, or to a busy executive who made time to attend and voice her support or his support. So you can do
This is a
emailing the
demo.
audience,
Canto
being
audio
accessible,
mix.
sending materials, calling or meeting with individuals, booking next steps meetings, and presenting again. Thank you for listening and watching. Kindly click on like or share or follow or subscribe to my channel for a new feed. My name is Olalekan Alimi. I am a sales leader, and this is powered by Squaring the Circle.